Oh, boy, what a matchup we got looking forward to. Right, guys?
I know, man. We're talking about the Battle of Pennsylvania this come Sunday afternoon, man, in Philadelphia. Got two PA teams fighting off in this one. Unfortunately, I do not anticipate this being a
close encounter.
Or a competitive battle, if I'm going to be honest with you. For a lot of reasons. I mean, one, the Steelers just suck right now. Two, the Eagles are the only undefeated team in the NFL, and they're coming off a bye. You might as well say they have a second straight bye this week.
Yeah.
If I'm going to be real with you.
And every game that the Eagles have played this season, they've won in very impressive fashion.
Right, and of course, the Steelers don't have history on their side in this one because they have not beat the Eagles in Philly since 1965, which that exact game, as of this recording, was 57 years ago to this day. That's how long it's been since we've beaten the Eagles in Philly. That was before any of these guys were even in the black and gold. Before they were even a thought of being a Pittsburgh Steeler.
That was before this man right here, Dan Rooney, was just getting into the Steelers organization, into the NFL business.
That is how long ago it was. And I do not see that changing this Sunday because this team is just not very good. This Steelers team does not have what it takes to pull away victories, to pull off football games. The Eagles are honestly legit. They really are. And I found myself saying that after the Washington game they had, where they had an incredible game. Hurts had his best game probably of his career thus far, especially as a quarterback throwing the football. I mean, the Eagles are just legit this year. You've seen what Nick Sirianni has done, stepping in. This is his second year. And not only did he lead the Eagles with a young quarterback in his second year to the playoffs last year, you see what he's doing with him still at quarterback, but with new additions to the team. Like A.J. Brown, one of the biggest additions that they've made to their team, and you see the impact it's made. Like C.J. Gardner-Johnson on defense. Like Hassan Reddick. The list keeps going, honestly.
James Bradbury.
Right.
The Eagles are stacked all around their entire roster.
They are.
The move that they did this offseason are showing.
Yeah.
That's why they're undefeated. It's why they are a favorite in the NFC right now.
Yeah, because they obviously transitioned from the Carson Wentz days, the Super Bowl days, for Super Bowl 52 victory, and they transitioned from that team, from that era. They drafted to Hurts in Wentz's last year, which, I mean, a lot of Steelers fans wanted Hurts coming out of college. Ultimately, that wasn't the case.
Nope.
And you see what he's doing with the team right now. He's not putting up any mind-blowing stats, or he's not putting up great games week in and week out, but he's doing what he has to do, and you see his progression as a football player, as a leader, as a starting quarterback for the franchise.
Yeah.
And they're pulling away victories. Hurts is a big bright spot of that team.
Throwing the ball to guys like A.J. Brown and Devonta Smith and their tight end, Dallas Goedert. He's got impressive targets, and he's got a hell of a run game to rely on, actually, for Philly finally. They actually have a very good running game with Miles Sanders leading the charge.
Yeah, they're finally using Miles Sanders the right way. They have a good O-line to benefit every factor of the offense altogether as well. Again, man, the Eagles are just stacked. They're impressive. Jalen Hurts himself, he has as many rushing touchdowns as he does passing touchdowns.
Yeah.
This dude is honestly limitless. This dude is hard to slow down when he gets going. Now, I will say the Steelers defense last week absolutely did really well outside of 4 drop picks, which definitely could have been the difference maker for last week's game. And we could be looking at 3 and 4 right now. Unfortunately, we sit at 2 and 5, and we're facing arguably the best team in the entire NFL right now, coming off a bye in their house. It's not looking good. So, yeah, can the defense continue their momentum from the last couple weeks? They've done very solid the last 2 weeks. But this is a big test here. They have a lot of starters healthy. They got a lot of secondary guys back. And that was shown, and it was vivid last week as well.
Yeah.
But coming into this game, man, I'm still iffy about the defense. Until Watt comes back, I'm still always going to be iffy.
Yeah.
The middle of the field is always getting attacked by opposing offenses. We can't slow it down. We can't stop anything.
Yeah,
we play too much zone.
And we can't establish a pass rush to save our life without T.J. Watt.
No. I'm not liking the matchup. And when you look at our offense versus the Eagles' defense is so stacked. Their front seven is incredible. Led by guys like Brandon Graham, Fletcher Cox, former Steeler, the Gravedigger, Javon Hargrave. Don't we all miss him?
Yes.
The only guy from that 2016 draft class that did any sort of good for us. And he's really earning his money in Philly. Good for him.
I'm happy for Javon.
Yeah.
But he actually made a Pro Bowl last year. Good for him.
He did. Guys like Josh Sweat, too. Like I said, Hassan Reddick. I think he leads the team in sacks right now. Their linebackers, no mind-blowing names in White and Edwards, but they're playing some damn good football. In fact, that rushing defense is one of the best in the league, and we can't get a ground game going to save our lives. And that secondary is absolutely capable of forcing turnovers.
Yeah. Led by Darius Slay and James Bradbury. You got Avonte Maddox in the slot. You got C.J. Gardner-Johnson that they got. On paper, and I think in reality, this is bound to be a blowout, if I'm going to be honest. I
hope not. I hope the Steelers show some competitiveness, but with our history in Philly and the way this team is looking right now, I'm not confident whatsoever.
And listen, I hate to say that about the team. I hate to say that about the Steelers, but I'm being a realist
We're
here.
just being real. I don't see a close matchup here.
There's
honestly.
no possible way anybody thinks that this team's going to beat Philly in Philly.
And I'm not trying to blow Philly's expectations or their uprise or their standard right now. I'm not trying to blow it out the water and overrate them somewhat. It's just Philly's a damn good football team right now. There's a reason why they're undefeated and in great fashion. And there's a reason why we're 2-5 in rough fashion. So it's not looking great right now, man. One thing I know about the Eagles' defense is they can do everything that they have to do. They can get to the quarterback. They have a pass rush. They can stop the run. And they could absolutely force turnovers. They have 9 interceptions, which I believe is tied second for the most in the NFL right now.
Yeah.
And seeing what Kenny Pickett has done since coming in at quarterback, he's been very turnover heavy.
Very.
Not entirely his fault, and this is not a knock on Kenny Pickett. Okay? Let's give the kid time. Let's give the kid some more time to see what he's got. I think he's going to be very good in the NFL, but he's got to get through the rookie mistakes, the growing pains. He's still rough around the edges a little bit. Things that like this is going to happen. And I'm honestly not excited about Kenny Pickett's matchup. I'm not. I'm really not. I hope he continues to step up. I hope he goes through the growing pains like he has the past couple weeks in his fourth and in his fourth career start this Sunday.
Yeah.
Maybe he has one of his better games. But it also all depends on what Matt Canada allows him to do, how he schemes up the receivers in the ground game, which obviously the rest of the way we're not anticipating much. Unless we see change, I'm just going to go in the same way we've went in all season. And honestly, this is one of the few games this year where I'm actually not that excited going into it because I know what to expect. They could prove me wrong. I kind of went in the same way versus the Bucs, and look what we did against the Bucs, right? But the Bucs aren't looking too good right now, and that was at our house. I'm not trying to water down that win. I will take that win.
Yeah.
Versus Brady, our last time facing the motherfucker, I will take it.
But I will say this. If there's any sort of miracle or any sort of way that the defense holds their end of the stick and the offense is capable and able to win this game, the offense got to get going.
Yes, they do. And the one big pivotal part of that is they have to limit the mistakes. They have to limit the turnovers because, 1, Philly is good at forcing them. 2, Philly will take advantage and quickly. And it's not going to be a good day for either side of the football if turnovers happen.
Yeah.
So, offense, limit the turnovers, limit the mistakes. You have to open the playbook in this one. I'm not anticipating it. I'm not. I'm really not. In fact, it angers me just thinking about it right now. And the game hasn't even started yet.
But Jesus Christ, go out there and do something.
Open the playbook. Let these guys run free.
I feel like I'm repeating myself every week saying do something.
I know.
That's all I want, just something.
We got to get Pickens and Pat more involved. Those were the two main playmakers in the receiving game last week. Get those guys involved. Can you trust the guys? They are great receivers. Give them the football. But obviously, let's get Claypool involved, very similar to the way he played versus the Bucs. Let's get him up the seam, up the middle. Let's get Deontay involved a little more. The communication from the quarterback and receivers has to be better because it showed last week the communication is still off.
Very off.
That's along with all the growing pains, but Let's see, hopefully, a better offense.
Yeah, seriously. Pickett's got to be more careful. He is a rookie. He's going to make mistakes like that, but he does got to be more careful.
Yes.
I do feel like Pickett does try too hard to make a play when he doesn't need to. He's capable of running out the pocket and using his feet to get yardage.
But again, that's just the growing pains. He's going to go through those.
Of course.
You know, not every rookie quarterback's going to have the mentality or the upright, just crazy start like a Ben Roethlisberger or all those other great rookie quarterbacks, right? If you have those expectations, I suggest you tone them down a little bit. Some of the best quarterbacks, honestly, in this league right now have had rough rookie years.
Slow starts.
So give the kid time. And I hope week to week we see some progression. And hopefully that starts this week. Got to limit the mistakes. Got to get more targets involved and open the playbook. And got to limit the penalties on the offense too. Because that definitely hurt us last week and all season.
Yeah.
So just do better. Honestly. That's all we ask for, man. I'm not anticipating it. In fact, I'm not anticipating a dub. No. As a matter of fact, in our pick'ems this week, I know for sure I'm having Eagles as my lock of the week.
And I'm right there with Dan.
I hate to say it, I do, but I got to be sincere, right? The Eagles are too dominant right now. They're legit. They're led by a third-year quarterback that is really blowing everyone out the water right now. They have amazing targets. They have a stacked defense. They have a second-year head coach that is really leading them in the right direction. And we have a rookie quarterback in a transition year and a rebuild year. I mean, with a defense that's still sus, I mean, the matchup's not favorable.
It's not.
Maybe the Steelers shut us up. Maybe they make us eat our words once again. It wouldn't be the first time. And it sure as fuck won't be the last time either. Maybe. Okay?
And that's a hard maybe.
This game happens on Halloween Eve. So it appears that the Eagles are going to be in for quite a treat versus the Steelers. And I'm not really going to try to trick myself into thinking the Steelers might pull this off.
I see what you did there.
I'm just saying. Steelers fans, beware. You are in for a scare this Sunday. Let us know your guys' thoughts down below. Do we beat the Philadelphia Eagles? Do we at least look a little better and a little bit more competitive versus arguably the best team in the NFL today? In their house, after their bye, before our bye. Do we go into the bye looking decent? I'm not anticipating a dub, but at least looking competitive. And for the second half where we get Watt back, maybe that's when we go full-fledged and it gets fun. Well, until then, I'm not anticipating much.
Just try to get past Philly, guys. Just try to get past Philly. Do what you can. And no matter the outcome, win or lose, just get through this and get to the bye week.
Pretty much, man. Otherwise, let us know your guys' thoughts. Here we go, Steelers. We'll see what they do this Sunday. See you guys in the next one.
Like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you later.
Peace!